Did you drift away on many points yesterday?
I am constantly drifting away. Every day. It is something in the very nature of things I am talking about. I cannot help it. With each word spoken, I have so many dimensions available. I have to choose one. Any one I choose makes no difference. The others are left. And then there is no way of coming back to them. Because each new word will be bringing new implications. So you have to go on reminding me. Don't feel shy about it. I am reminded of a story because I told you of reminding. That's how I go on drifting. Now what do you say? Should I tell it? Because if I tell it, then I have gone again. If I don't tell it, then too. It is better to tell it. Whenever it is a question of doing something or not doing something, it is better to do it. In a small church, the priest was very much annoyed, disturbed, irritated by an old man who was the most respected member of the congregation. He was the richest man of the town. He has donated so much to the church, and he was always donating to all kinds of charities. Of course, he was sitting in front every Sunday. And even before the priest will start speaking, he will start dozing away. And if it was only just sleeping while he was speaking, it was not such a big problem. The real problem was the moment he went into sleep, he will start snoring so loudly. And the church was so small, and the congregation was so small. There was no loudspeaker even. And he was just snoring in front of him. But the old man used to come with a young child, his grandson. The priest thought of an idea. After the meeting was over, he took away the little boy aside and told him that I will give you half rupee per Sunday, if you go on keeping your old man awake, all that you have to do, the moment he snores, you push him and wake him up. He said, done. Advance. The priest said, you are also as smart as your old man. Advance. He said, advance. I don't believe people. You give me half a rupee and you see, next Sunday I will not let him sleep or snore. And next Sunday was really a beautiful day because the boy did not allow him to sleep or to snore. But the old man was very angry with the boy after the speech. He said, what happened to you? Why you went on waking me up? You disturbed my whole day. In fact, this is the only time when I sleep, and sleep well. In the night, I don't have that good sleep. So many thoughts and so many problems. And here, listening to that idiot, the same sermon, the same monotonous voice, it gives me such a good sleep that I have tried all medicines, nothing works like he. What happened to you? You have always been sitting silently. Today you went on poking me and waking me up. He said, business is business. The old man asked, what business? He said, the priest has given me half a rupee in advance. And today I am going to take another half rupee for the next, because I believe in advance. The old man said, you don't be worried, I will give you 1 rupee. He said, give advance. He took 1 rupee from the old man, and the old man said, you just sit silently as you used to sit before. And don't disturb me. It is not costly. This good sleep for 1 rupee, I can afford. The priest was very puzzled the next Sunday. He many times looked at the boy, even indicated him do something, but the boy simply said no. And the old man went on snoring. He really snored better than ever, because 1 Sunday he had missed. Compensation. After the meeting, the priest caught the boy and said, you are a cheat. You took advance and still you were sitting silently, and that old man went on snoring and disturbing my sleep, my speech, and everybody else. Nobody can listen because of his snoring. The boy said, business is business. He said, what business? He said, the old man has given me 1 rupee advance, and he is going to give me 1 rupee per Sunday. If you are interested, then the rate will be higher now. The priest said, I am a poor priest, I cannot compete with that old man, because how much I can give to you? He will always be giving more. It is better I should ask the old man. He went to the old man and he said, this boy is cheating us both. It is better to be clear about it. You are disturbing my speech. The old man said, your speech is just meaningless. You are disturbing my sleep. Which is costly, your speech or my sleep? I wait for 7 days for your speech and the church and the Sunday morning. This makes me refreshed. And you are trying to sabotage it through my own child. And as far as I am concerned, I am going to sleep. The priest said, you can sleep, we have no objection. In fact, many other people sleep also. They have also objected not to your sleep but your snoring, because that wakes them up. And you have such a great snore. The old man said, I can't help, because when I am asleep, what can I do about snoring? If I am awake, I can stop it, but when I am awake, it doesn't happen. It happens only when I am asleep. But you can't expect an asleep man to do something about his snoring. I am helpless. So please continue as we have continued before. I am also helpless. I know perfectly well that many things are being left out. But there is no other way. This is the problem of language. Language is linear. And existence is multidimensional. If I was only a thinker, I will not be drifting at all. Because thinking is linear, just like language. Thinking is in language, in words. The words move in a row. It can be miles long, but is linear. But existence is multidimensional. From each point, as if it is a sun, millions of rays are moving towards infinity. Each ray can lead you to the infinity. But if you choose one, then of course you have to leave others. And only one you can choose. You cannot even ride on 2 horses. What to say about 2 dimensions? You cannot ride on 2 boats. What to say about 2 dimensions? Because they are going to divert more and more. As further you go, there will be an infinite, unbridgeable gap between them. At the source, they are one. From there you can choose anyone. But once you have chosen a line, then others are dropped. I have been drifting my whole life. You have to be alert. And if you can remind me that somewhere I have drifted, I can catch hold of a dimension that has been left behind. But you should not expect me that I will stop drifting, because catching hold of that other dimension, again I will be leaving many more. On each step there is a problem of choosing. Because I am an existential person, I am not a thinker. It is not a logical syllogism that I am propounding to you. It is my experience that I am trying to share with you. And experience is so vast that I can only show you a little part of it. But you are welcome to remind me always. Yes, I remember I had drifted on many points. Perhaps few I can manage to catch back. One was religion. A religion at the lowest level of mankind, the instinctive level. All primitive tribes, aboriginals, are still living under that first kind of religion, which theologians call magic. Because it believes that if you sacrifice to God, if you do a certain ritual, a certain dance, a certain prayer, then God is satisfied with you and rewards will be coming. For example, when it is not raining, these are the problems of primitive people. When it is not raining, what the primitive tribe will do, it will arrange a ritual, perhaps a sacrifice of a living human being. Their God is very bloodthirsty. Or if the tribe has a little evolved, then instead of man, it will choose an animal. If the tribe has evolved a little more, then it will choose not even an animal, not even a man, but something similar. For example, in India now, they break a coconut. The coconut is very similar to the skull of a man. It has a little beard, mustache, 2 eyes, a little nose. In fact, in Hindi, the skull is called khopdi and the nariyal is called khopda. The similarity is so much that both have the same name. Breaking a skull was the ritual originally. But now it will be criminal. They have found a good substitute, a coconut. But the idea is the same. They think whatever makes them feel pleasure also makes their God feel pleasure in the same way. A naked, beautiful girl will be placed before the God. All kinds of foods will be prepared and placed before the God. And they will go in a mad dance. It is a way of pleasing God. God is displeased, that's why rains are not coming. If He is pleased, rains will be coming. And rains sooner or later come. Then their ritual is proved valid. The rains have come. Once in a while it happens that rains don't come at all. Then God is really very badly displeased and needs more sacrifice, more ritual. This is the lowest kind of religion. Call it magic religion. That just by chanting few words, doing few actions, you can change the course of existence. It is simply stupid. Existence has no need of your sacrifices. Existence has no need of your dances. And nothing reaches to existence. But the instinctive man, the primitive man, cannot do more than that. That is the limit of his understanding. That primitive man has not died completely, even in so-called civilized people. You also think in the same logic. You don't sacrifice somebody. But even civilized people, cultured, educated people, when they are in a difficulty, immediately their primitive man comes up. Your wife is sick, and the doctors say that all that we could do, we have done. Now only a miracle can save her. Even the doctor is becoming primitive. He is telling you only a miracle, only something magical. Medicine has failed Science has failed. Whatever we could do, we have done. Now, if she is saved, it will be through the grace of God or the grace of a saint. So now you go to the temple, to the mass, to the synagogue, to the church, or go to some priest, go to some sage. The doctor has fallen into primitive religion. And the man, of course, is absolutely willing to go anywhere to do anything because he wants to save his wife. This is not for him a time to think over philosophical matters, whether it is right or wrong, whether it is primitive or civilized, whether it is stupid or intelligent. This is not a time. He runs. He had never been to a saint, but now he goes and falls into his feet and prays that, save my wife. The primitive man is still within you because the unconscious is still within you. The primitive man disappears only with the disappearance of unconscious. When your unconscious and conscious become one, your whole mind becomes consciousness. Then there is no way to fall into the primitive man. Otherwise, 9 times more than the civilized is the primitive man inside you. Any time when your conscious mind starts failing, your intellect starts failing, you fall into the mumbo jumbo of the primitive. Religion to the intellect, the second category, the higher category, is pseudo-religion. Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Mohammedanism. These are all products of intellect. They are not magico-religious. They have theologies. They have thought about existence, its creation, why it has been created, how one can get out of this wheel of life and birth. They have been thinking about it, pondering over it for thousands of years. And each religion has developed a theology. The word theology means logic about God. It is a contradiction in terms. God is not a logical proposition. You cannot prove it by logic, you cannot disprove it by logic. Logic is utterly irrelevant to God. But pseudo-religions cannot do more than that. They can only think about. And they have great imagination to portray God. Their scriptures say God created man in his own image. The reality is just the reverse. Man creates God in his own image. That's why there are so many gods, because there are so many men, so many races, so many different faces, eyes, nose, so many different kinds. You cannot think a Negro inventing a white god. You may not have thought about it. Why your devil looks like a Negro? Why your devil is black? Negro's God will be black. Of course, the devil has to be pure white. And the white man has proved enough devilish. They have not only argument in favor of it, but history also, giving all the evidences what the white man has done to the colored people of the world. It must have been the greatest evil that has happened in history. How a Chinese can think of God in any other way than a Chinese? When Marco Polo went to China, he was the first Western man to reach China. China was under the great empire of Kublai Khan, son of Genghis Khan. Perhaps Kublai was one of the greatest emperors in the world, because he ruled all over China, Middle Asia, Far East. When Marco Polo reached, he wanted audience. Kublai Khan was a man of great intelligence. His prime minister said that a man who looks like a monkey, who wants to see you, it will be absolutely unprecedented. No emperor has ever given audience to a monkey. A white man looked like a monkey to them. Kublai Khan said, no need to be worried. If he can speak, he cannot be absolutely a monkey, something human. You bring him in. And he became interested in Marco Polo. Marco Polo was a very intelligent young man. And he became very intimate to Kublai Khan. When he came back to Europe and he reported to the Pope that in China they worship a different god who looks like a Chinese. And they think of us Europeans as monkeys. To us they look a little strange. They have a very little beard, few hairs, you can count them. Flat noses, very outstanding cheekbones. You cannot think of a more ugly face. But they think that is beauty. A man or a woman who has not those outstanding cheekbones will find it hard to get married. A man with a nose that is understood in the Aryan races, Indians, Germans, English, French, Scandinavians, Dutch, Russians, these are all one race. A pointed nose, a long nose is thought to be beautiful. But in China, that is ugly. And they cannot make their gods ugly. Marco Polo said that this makes me think that perhaps we are all imagining about God. Nobody knows how he looks. Pope was very angry. And he said, you must be imagining. You are creating a fiction so that you could be thought as a great explorer of a new land. I cannot believe that anything bigger than Christianity exists anywhere. Marco Polo said Buddhism is far bigger, has millions of monks, thousands of temples and monasteries. Your Christianity is nothing before it. But he was alone. What proof you have got? He had brought few things which were taken away from him and burned to destroy any evidence. This is the pseudo-religious mind. The pseudo-religious mind believes into his own imagination, into his own thinking, and is afraid of anything that goes against it, or even goes a little different from it. Otherwise, religions would not have been fighting continuously for thousands of years. This is something strange. All religions teach love, and all religions end in hatred. All religions teach of brotherhood of men, but they only create enemies of each other. All religions teach that every man has a potential right to reach to God, but practically they say only our religion is the true religion. Yes, every man can reach to God, but he has to reach through our way. Unless you follow Jesus Christ, you have no chances. But the same is said by Krishna, that if you surrender to me, leaving everything aside, I will take care of. You need not worry. And the same about all other religions. They seem to be competing shopkeepers. Everybody is trying to sell his thing, his holy book, his Messiah, his God. Pseudo-religion is always basically afraid, because deep down the pseudo-religious person knows that it is only his imagination. He has no actual experience. He himself is not convinced, hence he needs to convince others. He goes on sending missionaries to other countries to convince, convert more and more people into Christianity, into Mohammedanism. Why? Why this great urge to convert? Psychologically, it is of tremendous importance to understand. The person who wants to convert anybody is a person who is suspicious of his truth. He is really trying to convince himself that he is right by converting people. If so many people he can convert, that gives him enough support. So many people cannot be fools. I may be a fool, but so many people cannot be fools. Such intelligent people, and they have come to believe in my belief is bound to be true. Christianity seems to be the most bogus of all religions, because it is more interested in converting people than any other religion. In fact, Judaism and Hinduism, which are the two ancient most religions, are not interested in converting anybody. You have to understand the psychology of it. Why Jews are not interested in sending missionaries and converting people to Judaism. A Jew is born, not converted. Have you seen any converted Jew anywhere? It's simply absurd. Jews will not take anybody through conversion. If God has not made you a Jew, then there is no other way. They are the chosen people of God. By converting all kinds of rubbish, Can you improve upon God's choice? If God has not made you a Jew, that means you are not meant to be a Jew. You are already rejected. So for thousands of years they have never thought about converting you in a Jew. The Hindus have the same idea, that they are the only people whom God has chosen to give the first holy book in the world. Certainly their Rig Veda is the ancient most scripture in the world. And certainly they are the most ancient religion. And they have 4 castes: the Brahmin, the priest, the warrior, Kshatriya, the Vaishya, the businessman, and the Sudra, the untouchable. Now it was a problem, how can they convert anybody? And in which caste they are going to put him? Hinduism is not one piece, it is 4 castes. Brahmin is the highest. You cannot convert anybody into a Brahmin. He represents God. Hence the name. The name of God in India is Brahma. And Brahmin means one chosen by the Brahma, appointed by God himself. There is no way for somebody to become a Brahmin. It is decided by birth, because birth is decided by God. It is not in man's hands to decide things. Now the Kshatriya will not allow anybody. He is the second most important. And it is a traditional thing for him to be a warrior. Anybody X by Z cannot be a warrior. It needs a long tradition, training. You have to have the blood of a warrior. You cannot be converted. The only people who can absorb you are the untouchables. The business people are the third, but they are higher than the untouchables. Only the untouchables can absorb you, but without the permission of the Brahmin, they cannot do anything. Conversion, such a religious phenomenon, is beyond their capacity. They are outcasts themselves. Hindus and Jews are born. That's why these both religions are most egoistic. Naturally, other religions had to depend on conversion. Otherwise, from where they are going to get their customers, their clients? God has made Jews, God has made Hindus. Now the whole world is divided into two chosen people of God. From where Jesus is going to get his people? From where Buddha is going to get his people? He had to depend on conversion. From where Muhammad is going to have Mohammedans? These are latecomers. The old shops which have credibility, already established and established by God Himself. And these are newcomers in the markets. Naturally, they have to attract clients from old shops. Otherwise, no customer is going to come to them. And they have to create new allurements, cheaper prices, better rewards. And you can see that the God of Jews is a very tough guy. But the God of Christians is pure love. You don't know. It is such a simple mathematics. The God of Jews can be a tough guy. But Jesus has to convert people. He has to create a better image of God. More polished, more refined, more human. So he can make the Jewish God outdated. Whom he is going to convert? Rich people certainly are not going to be converted because they are already established, respectable, on the highest level of the society. They are not going to follow a vagabond. They are not going to become a laughing stock. And for what? Hence all those beatitudes of Jesus. Blessed are the poor, for they shall inherit the kingdom of God. Because only you can get hold of the poor. Poor are already angry, jealous of the rich. And here comes a man who says, my God is love. And my God allows only poor people in heaven. Rich people have no place there. This is a simple business tactics. Nothing profound in it. But nobody has bothered to watch how new religions have tried to pull customers from old shops, to their own shop. They are all in favor of the poor. It's strange. Jews don't have a single statement in which the rich are condemned and the poor are raised high just because of their poverty. Jews have not a single statement in which poverty is something sacred. Hindus also don't have. The rich man, according to Hinduism, is rich because he has been religious, virtuous in his past lives. It is a reward from God. And the poor man is poor because he has been evil, unreligious. In his past lives, he has been punished for it. Poverty is a punishment. Richness is a reward. Hindus are Jews who are established already. Why they should bother about the poor and the downtrodden? But Buddha, Jesus, Mahavira, Muhammad, their whole interest is in the poor, the downtrodden. It is a simple thing. These are the people who can be converted. These are the people who are vulnerable. They have nothing to lose and everything to gain. For example, if a Sudra becomes a follower of Buddha, immediately he is no more untouchable. If a Sudra becomes a Christian, he is no more untouchable. This is a very strange world. I had a friend who was the principal of a theological college in Jabalpur. Principal Makwan. I was saying this thing to him, that why you Christians are interested only in the poor. He said, you please come to my house. I was sitting in his office. He said, my house is just behind the college. You come to my house. I want to show you something. He showed me an old man and woman's picture. They were certainly beggars, in rags, dirty. Even you can see their faces hungry. You can see all their life they have suffered. It was written on the lines in their forehead. He said, can you recognize who are these? I said, how can I recognize? I have never seen these people. But they look like beggars. He said, they were beggars. He is my father, she is my mother. And not only they were beggars, they were Sudras, untouchables. They became converted in their old age into Christianity because they were so old, tired of begging, and now they were concerned about their children. Particularly this boy who is now principal of Leonard Theological College, that what will happen to him if they die? He will also become a beggar. Because they were sick, they entered into a Christian hospital, because no other hospital will take poor people. Free medicine, food, care, doctors. So they had to enter in a Christian hospital. And there, the whole methodology is, with medicine, go on giving as much Bible as possible. With each injection, a little Bible. With food, the doctor talks about it, the nurse talks about it, the priest comes every day to inquire about their health, how they are. And for the first time they felt that they are human beings. Nobody has ever asked them about their health. They were treated like dogs, not like human beings. And if they had remained Hindus, they would have died like dogs, dying on the street corner. You don't know, because that is not the way in the West. In the West, dogs have better death, better life. Because any dog who is not owned by somebody is to be killed. The dog has to have ownership by somebody, a belt proclaiming the ownership. But in the East, you cannot kill anybody. A dog may be there spreading sickness, disease. You cannot kill. Killing is sin. It happened, I am drifting. Let's remember. In Lucknow, there is one temple of Hanuman, the monkey god. And strangely enough, that temple is surrounded by big trees, and you will never see so many monkeys together. All the trees are full of monkeys. Perhaps it is for the simple reason, because whatsoever is offered to the monkey god, those monkeys eat. So by and by they have become permanent residents there. And the temple has such fame that people come to it from far and wide, away places, because it is thought that whatever you wish, it will be fulfilled. So they wish something and they take the oath before the monkey god that if our wish is fulfilled, then we are going to bring 51 rupees worth sweets or anything they want or whatsoever they can afford. So every day so much food is being offered, and it is not anything to do with the monkey god. If 100 people come to ask, at least 1/3 of them, just by simple arithmetic rule, 1/3 of them are going to get their wishes fulfilled. Even if they had not come, they would have been not in any loss. But now they believe that it has been fulfilled because of the monkey god. The 2/3 whose wishes are not fulfilled have moved to some other temple. Naturally, because monkey god does not seem to be kind towards them. You cannot ask any reason or anything, but it is sure that your wish is not fulfilled. Move to some other temple. And there are hundreds of temples in India, wish-fulfilling trees. You just go and ask, and a small bribery you have to give. But 1/3 people whose wishes have been fulfilled. And what kind of wishes people that my son passes in his matriculation examination? Or my son gets the service he has applied for. Or my daughter gets a husband because I don't have much money to give. Or my wife is sick, she becomes healthy again. Just simple, mundane, human trivia. They are not asking some miracles that when I pass through the ocean like Moses, it should separate. Then they will know whether monkey god can do anything or not. But your son passes matriculation. And thousands of people are passing matriculation without the help of monkey god. In fact, the monkey god was not matriculate himself. And even if he comes, he is not going to pass. You cannot hope him passing. But these people feel that their wishes are fulfilled, they bring. So monkeys has slowly gathered. The whole road on both the sides is full of monkeys. And for a strange reason, monkeys and dogs are all against uniforms. Perhaps in their past lives they have been revolutionaries. Any kind of uniform, postman in India has a uniform. The policeman has a uniform. The army, the sannyasins, anybody in uniform. And dogs and monkeys are against him. Perhaps seeing so many people in different clothes, different styles, and then suddenly seeing somebody in uniform they feel a danger. This man does not look like man. Something is wrong. Something somewhere. And they are on the attack, because it is not the discovery of Machiavelli that attack is the best way to defend. If you want to defend yourself, attack. Don't wait for the other party to attack, because then you will be already late in defending. Don't give that chance. So monkeys and dogs attack uniform people. It is simply my feeling that they are afraid. These people look a little strange. Not just like other human beings. Millions of human beings are there, and they are not attacking. And they don't attack these people either if they are not in uniform. They attack the uniform. The uniform gives them some idea that something is fishy about this man. So it is started there that they begin to attack policemen, postmen, army people, and they were in thousands. Perhaps somebody has triggered their anger. Nobody knows how it started, because they have been there for hundreds of years, many generations. The temple is very ancient, and they have never done this. But just 10 years before, one day suddenly a riot broke between monkeys and all uniformed people. It became so dangerous because so many monkeys, even one monkey is enough for you to freak out. But when many monkeys, hundreds, are just roaming on the road was blocked. Nobody was passing the road. It was a main road. Lucknow was divided in two parts. The monkeys won't allow anybody. It became a question in the assembly of the state of Uttar Pradesh. Lucknow is the capital. That these monkeys have to be shot. They have disturbed the peace of the capital. People cannot go to the other side. People cannot come to this side. Offices are closed because many people live on that side. Many offices are on that side. People live on this side. Somebody who had gone to that side for some work has been detained. He cannot come here back. Something has to be immediately done. And one man stood up and he said, if a single monkey is shot, then there is going to be great bloodshed, because monkey is a Hindu god. You are shooting a Hindu god. It will not be tolerated. He was a Hindu chauvinist, belonging to a Hindu chauvinist party. And although the whole parliament was privately in favor that they should be sought. What else can be done? But the resolution has to fail, because they knew that what this man is saying is going to happen. Immediately there will be massacre. And that's what they want. All politicians want some trouble somewhere, because only then they are needed. If everything goes right, if there is no news, nothing is going wrong, the politicians start feeling lost. I have not been in India for 4 years now. Now the journalists have been missing me. Strange people. They were all against me. I was there, they were all against me, they were writing against me. Not even bothering whether it is true or untrue. 90% of it was absolutely untrue. But they were writing it, but it was news, sellable news. Now they are missing me. Because that news that they were making around me, they cannot make it, and there is nobody to replace me. Journalists, politicians, these type of people are in search of some spot which can become dangerous. Some man who can prove dangerous. Some situation which can become a problem. Then they will all try to make it a problem as quickly as possible. The resolution could not pass. For almost 2 weeks the road remained blocked. Monkeys don't have long memories. They must have forgotten. They cooled down. Slowly, slowly, first the devotees started coming with sweets and offering the sweet to the monkey god. And then the traffic started again. But you cannot kill. You cannot kill dogs. Killing is not allowed. These religions have been killing each other. They cannot kill a dog, they cannot kill a monkey, but they can kill a man. That is very strange. I have been asking to Hindus, to Mohammedans, you cannot kill animals, but you can kill men without any problem. As if man has no life. No, the thing is business. Man can be converted to be a Mohammedan, a dog cannot be. Dogs are beyond the reach of your preachers and missionaries. Professor McVan told me, these are my father and mother. They would have died like dogs, and a municipal truck would have thrown them out of the city with all the garbage that it carries every day. Because there is nobody for a beggar to carry him to the funeral pyre. Who bothers about a beggar? Beggars are not men, not human beings. And then he took me to another picture of his daughter. And his son-in-law. I was looking at 3 generations. The father and mother, almost below human beings. McVan has recovered, is now on a very respectable post, highly salaried. Now Brahmins come and shake hand with him, not knowing at all that he is the son of 2 beggars who were Sudras. I know his daughter, one of the most beautiful women I have seen. She is married to an American. Looking at 3 generations, such a change, you cannot connect the daughter with the grandmother. And how can you connect the son-in-law with his father? There seems to be no bridge. The son-in-law is a well-known scholar, professor, 6 months teaching in India, 6 months teaching in America. Saroj, the daughter herself, is a professor. They are all well educated. The son is a principal. They have moved completely in a different direction by being converted to Christianity. I cannot object. I said, your father and mother did well. Hindus and Jews are established. Christians, Mohammedans, Buddhists are not established. They try to convert people. But in their conversion, deep down, what is going on? The established religion has a past to support. Thousands of years of past which makes millions of people have been on the path, you are not alone. But when you follow Jesus, you know only this guy has got these fantastic ideas. Who knows? You are following a fool or really a son of God. He can be either this or that. There is no third alternative. Either he is a perfect idiot. In fact, Fyodor Dostoevsky has written a book, The Idiot. That is the title of his book. But the idiot, the character, is almost Jesus-like. Very innocent, simple, who has never done any harm to anybody. In fact, better than Jesus. But he has titled the book The Idiot. Jesus needs converted people. He himself may be feeling shaken. What he is saying, whether it is true or not. In fact, why he wanted Jews to accept him, his messiahhood, why he was so insistent that they had to crucify him, he must have nagged them, tortured them with the idea. They must have got so fed up that this man won't leave us in peace. He had to be crucified, otherwise he will go on torturing us. And he was going more and more fanatic. He started calling the great temple of the Jews my Father's house. And I have come to clean my Father's house. And he really wanted to clean it of all the priests and all the rabbis. What is the need of all these people when the only begotten Son is there? He has become a nuisance. He must have been thinking in some silent moments, perhaps I am just mad. I have not been able to convince a single rabbi. In fact, I have never tried to convert anybody. But there are few rabbi sannyasins. That is strange. And not ordinary rabbis. Famous rabbis. And I have not been in any way trying to convert anybody. Because I don't have any doubt. Why should I bother about converting anybody? I don't have to convince myself that I am right. I am. if not even a single person is with me, I will be as right as I am now. My rightness does not grow with the growing people around me, does not increase with the increasing people around me. My right is my experience. Jesus seems to be worried, and the whole Christians have carried his sickness in their minds. They are all worried. I cannot think that the Pope really believes that he represents God. It is impossible. Unless you are mad, then everything is possible. Pseudo-religions are continuously trying to convert people. Or they are so ancient that the question of conversion had never arisen. They are the beginners. From the very beginning, they have caught hold of the customers. Because of this idea of converting people, there is constant fight, crusade, jihad, holy war. And pseudo-religions go on creating more and more theology. Nobody reads it. I have never seen in my life anybody reading a theological book. I have visited hundreds of libraries. But I have never seen anybody in any library reading a theological book. I have looked into university libraries, government libraries, and asked the librarians one question that I would like to know whether any book from the theological section is taken by people. He said, "You are the first person to inquire about it." Theological section? Nobody bothers. People are interested only in novels. Who is going to get bored with a theological book? He took me to the theological section. That was the only section you could see. All the books are untouched by human hands. So clean. Hundreds of theologians continuously creating more and more books. For what? Because the basic questions have not been answered yet. They go on improving upon. But whatsoever they do, the fundamental questions remains at the same place, because intellect has no answer for them. A simple thing has not occurred to them, that 5 or 10,000 years of theological thinking, you have not been able to demolish a single question. Now it is time. Stop. Perhaps you are not moving in the right direction. Religion in the second stage of consciousness, conscious mind, intellect, is theology, which are called pseudo-religion. Just words about truth, God, love, but no experience to support it. When religion reaches to the third highest peak, then only it is religiousness. So first I call magico-religion, second I call pseudo-religion, and third I call religiousness. Then it is a quality. Then it has no adjective to it. Then it has no tradition. Then it has no scripture. Then it has no theology. Then the origin is not in the past and the paradise is not in the future. Then both are within you. Then you have a fresh experience. And that experience will express itself in lovingness, friendliness, compassion. This religion will not bother about God. Its concern will be compassion. This religiousness will not bother about heaven and hell. Its concern will be how to share its blissfulness. It is not interested at all to convert you into certain dogmas. Its only interest is to say to you that I have found it. If you are interested, I can share my experience. There is no condition that you have to accept it. There is no condition that you have to believe me. It is simply my joy to share it with you. Then it is for your consideration whether you want to do something with it or not. Either way, I am happy and grateful that you allowed me to share something so intimate. A religious man from the highest point of consciousness, intuition, functioning, is just like the fragrance of a flower. There is no question of you being converted. Even nobody passes by the side of the rose, the fragrance will still be spreading around, moving. Somewhere somebody may get it. And even if nobody gets it, it doesn't matter. It is simply natural for the flower to explode into fragrance. at the instinct level, it was pleasure. I told you yesterday, at intellect level, it was joy. I was explaining you how happiness appears, but I got drifted and forgot the last, what happens at the level of intuition. Happiness there is blissfulness. Pleasure is momentary, very momentary. In a split second, it is gone. It only leaves memory. You never catch hold of it when it is there. It comes so quickly and goes so quickly, and you are not that swift. I have seen a painting, but just keep reminding me. One of the most beautiful paintings, but very strange. It was the painting of a man whose hairs are grown all over his face, and his skull is completely clean with no hairs. I said, this seems to be a strange painting. I inquired about the painter who was present in the exhibition. He came and I asked him, what kind of painting is this? He said, this is the painting of time. I said, that makes sense. He said, but will you please tell me what sense it makes to you, because I have made it, but it makes no sense to me. Just the idea came to me and I made it, but I don't have any. If somebody asks what it means, I simply say it is time. And people just stop and move ahead. You are the only one who has said it makes sense. I said, yes, it makes sense, because time, you can catch it only when it has not come from the front. By the time it has passed, it is a clean shaved head. You cannot catch hold of it. It is just gone. He said, this is great. Can you someday spare time and come to my studio, because there are many things which I don't know what they mean. Perhaps you can make some sense, because now it makes sense. You can catch hold of the time before it comes. But how can you catch before it comes? It has not come. You cannot catch. And when it is gone, it is just a skull, so clean shaped, there is nothing to catch. your hand slips. That's what pleasure is. You are waiting and waiting and waiting, and it is gone. And you were just waiting. And now it is a memory. Pleasure is momentary, very momentary. Joy is much more profounder, much more deeper. You can enjoy a beautiful song for years, and each time you can go on stepping deeper and deeper into you. One song I have with me, sung by some Nirmala Devi. All my life around India I have been inquiring about the woman, because I want her other songs too. But I have not been able to find who is the woman, where she disappeared, and I have no memory either who had sent me this tape. People go on sending me. Whenever I have time, I listen. This song has remained with me in Pune for 7 years. I never listened. I had never heard of the name. So whenever I came across the name and the tape, I simply put it away that someday I will see. Nirmala Devi. Nobody has ever heard the name. Here one day I thought the woman has waited too long and perhaps she has something. There is no harm, let me listen. It is something tremendously beautiful. Since then, I have not missed a single day listening it. And each time I listen, there is something more to it. A new layer, a new meaning. Not only in the words, but the voice. Its subtle nuances. The song is simple, but profound, immensely profound. She is singing a song which means that just let me get ready. She is saying to death. It is understood. It is not said in the song. She is saying to death, just wait a little. Let me sing my last song. This very idea to say to death, just wait a little and let me sing my last song. I have lived in sadness and sorrow so long. Let me dance a little before I join you. I have been crying and weeping. My whole sari is soaked with my tears. Just wait a little. Let me at least dry my sari. Let me at least remember, recall my smile back. Just a little. So that I can get ready. I will not like to go with you in this sad, miserable condition. I would like to go with you dancing, smiling, singing. Simple song. But her voice, the ups and downs of her voice, the beautiful turnings of her voice, give it so much beauty and color and depth. Happiness at the second level is joy. Pleasure you cannot share with anybody. It is something so tiny, so fleeting, so small, there is no question of sharing. But joy you can share. At the third point, happiness becomes bliss. Joy you have to share. Blissfulness you need not share. It simply surrounds you. Whoever is courageous enough to come close to you will have it. It is not something that you have to do anything about. It is already there around you. It is your milieu. The blissful person, you can call him the awakened, the enlightened, any name you can give. The blissful person is simply savoring his bliss continuously. Whoever is thirsty can drink of it. It is not a question of his making an effort to share. His blissfulness itself. So just to be with him in close intimacy, and you will have the taste of it, the silence of it, the beauty of it. And one thing finally you have to remember, that the highest contains always the lower ones. The highest is not against the lower ones. It is all comprehensive. What you have known in pleasure, you will know in bliss, but ancient scriptures say 1,000-fold. I cannot say that, because that makes as if the difference is only of quantity. The difference is of quality. But whoever has written that bliss is 1,000-fold pleasure than sexual orgasm, was trying. He failed in saying, but he was trying. Just to give an idea that what you are missing. No, it is not even 10,000-fold or 100,000-fold. It is simply so different. But the flavor of pleasure is there, contained in it. The higher always contains the lower. The lower cannot contain the higher. So just draw a small circle, that is pleasure. Draw a bigger circle around it, that is joy. Draw another bigger circle around it, that is bliss. It contains joy, it contains pleasure, and much more which is inexpressible, but not inexperienceable. I may not be able to say it to you, but I can pour it into you. Just you have to allow me. All depends on your vulnerability, defenselessness. All depends on your love, trust, courage to open your heart. You all have been brought up in such a way that you have become defensive, continuously defensive. Always afraid somebody is going to cheat you, somebody is going to kill you, somebody is going to mistreat you, dehumiliate you. And in a way you are right, because this is what has been happening to everybody in society. You have to be always on guard. But if you meet a master, then don't be on your guard. That is the secret to be with a master. Don't be on your guard. Let the guard go on a long, long leave. Unguarded, open, defenseless, and it is going to happen. Nobody can prevent it.